G'day guys, this is little Tomo and the little blue guy, Sonic the Hedgehog. This is a special segment known as Little Tomo and Sonic the Hedgehog's Wednesday book night. Basically, every Wednesday, if not every consecutive Wednesday, I'll be grabbing one of my books that are Sonic related, talking briefly about it and going through the various pages. Obviously, there's more text and pictures. I'll just generally talk about the premise of the book and more or less go from that. I thought this was more or less needed opposed to reviewing them, simply because I thought that reviewing a book worked on a different page in the forms of it just didn't work well as an actual item review as such. It's still a Sonic item, just slightly different. So the actual more or less book that I'll be not necessarily reviewing but going through, I'll just put the little blue guy aside for now, is an adventure series book. Awesome photo picture, Sonic the Hedgehog, the Invisible Robotnik. It was published by Ladybird, as you can obviously tell from the bottom, and you just have good old Sonic the Hedgehog and you have Dr. Robotnik. Now there were in a few series, which I have pretty much the majority of them except one of them. I will get it hopefully before I get to the point to reviewing it, but as you can see there's all the titles plus there is more. So generally it's just a pretty nice book. There were others released, so we'll go slowly through the pages and just to give you an overall idea of what it is. So here we have good old Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails Mario Prowl giving themselves a good high five and a good thumbs up, always a plus. Now put this aside, and as we have good old Sonic the Hedgehog, which is just generally the cover page here. So I'll have it here for a few seconds. You can definitely pause it once I get a good view. You can definitely pause it and just read the book through yourself and see what you more or less found interesting. I won't read it with you, more or less I kind of find like that's kind of like a play school sort of premise, but I will leave it there so you can just pause it and have a quick read. Yeah, I've got a Dr. Robotnik there showing his fist of power and he's creating a machine. Obviously this machine is more or less designed to make him invisible. In the next page, you have him build the machine and through one door, I'll just move my fingers so you can read it, through one door, through another door, and voila, he's become invisible. But we all know that he's not actually invisible to our eyes. In the next page, we have good old Dr. Robotnik's egg little carrier flying across and the little furries are like, what's going on? This is quite odd, so I'll leave here for a few seconds. With my fingers. So generally what happens is Sonic is going through his normal routine or going through the zone, destroying robots and releasing his friends, and good old Dr. Robotnik there is trying to basically grab him and stop him, but as we all know the little speedster is faster than the naked eye pretty much. I'll grab anything. And here we go, Dr. Robotnik had his feet stepped on because Sonic went through him. So we have Dr. Robotnik up there once again on the loop-de-loop, ready to basically get a hold of him. Here we have Sonic going around the circle, loop-to-loop, collecting rings, and good old Robotnik try to go catch him, but unfortunately he's not able to. As we already know, this is Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails Mario Prowl ready to unleash the good old secrets. So we'll just open this up for you guys. And voila. I'll see if I can get a really good view of the text for people who are reading this through. I'll just leave it there so you can pause it so you can have a quick look. And I'll just open it up again. We have Sonic just jumping through the robots, destroying all the robots, releasing his friends, and good old Dr. Robotnik getting his face smacked in. In the next page, we have once again Dr. Robotnik, obviously a little cheesed off of what happened. So he's climbing up the good old mountain because he's pretty much annoyed. We have Dr. Robotnik getting on the, I think the zone was Lava Spring Zone, I'm not too sure exactly. He gets on the little travelator of sorts, and good old Sonic jumps in as well, so you can read through the text there as well. We have Dr. Robotnik trying to catch him, but good old Sonic just jumps off and away Dr. Eggman falls into the water. Obviously not a happy camper there. Move my fingers here. So here we have good old Dr. Robotnik swimming to the shores. I'm surprised he can actually do it. He's a little heavier than usual, but surprisingly he's a fit guy. So he's really trying to catch Sonic the Hedgehog on one of those springs, but as you can probably imagine what's going to happen next. We have good old Sonic, unfortunately, dodges it and decides to jump on the elevator. No, not an elevator. I guess a pendulum of sorts. So good old Dr. Robotnik seems to try to catch him, but didn't realize he hit the actual spring, and away he goes. Once again we have Dr. Robotnik who falls down. Obviously his head hit against the floor. We have Sonic running across it, and just above him you have good old Spike drones there unleashing the spikes, and obviously Dr. Robotnik's not a happy camper there either. And obviously the angry Doc hurried back to the invisible machine and turned himself back to normal Dr. Robotnik, because he had quite enough of being invisible for a few times. And good old Dr. Robotnik gets hit by Sonic the Hedgehog, giving us the good wink there. And the back, we just have good old Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails Mario Power giving us the high five once again. Well guys, this is Sonic the Hedgehog, the Invisible Robotnik by Ladybird. Pretty nice book. I don't recommend it for adult readers, but hey, I have it, so why not? It's good collectors. Guys, if you enjoyed this special segment, please hit me up. I can make more. I do have books. I will try to post one every Wednesday, and if not, leave me a request, and if I have it, I can definitely do it. So guys, until then, have a very good night. Until the next Wednesday book night. Catch you guys later.